the unknown cost of galactic power. So, let's pause for a second. Imagine this: humanity as a Type 3 civilization, capable of controlling the energy of an entire galaxy. On paper, it sounds incredible. But let's be honest, what does it really mean? The energy of billions of stars, thousands of solar systems, entire worlds reshaped or moved for our convenience. Would we stop to ask, what are we sacrificing? Throughout history, every step of human progress has come with a price. From the discovery of fire to the birth of artificial intelligence, we've always had to balance between benefit and consequence. But at the galactic scale, mistakes could be irreversible. What happens when you hold the power to accidentally destroy planets? When your engineering failures could collapse solar systems? Will we grow wiser as our reach expands? Or will our flaws simply grow with us? It's a humbling question. The more we can control, the more we risk losing, not just physically, but morally. Because at that level, we wouldn't just be reshaping the universe, we'd be reshaping what it means to be human. Where are they? The Fermi paradox. Let's step back and ask something a little unsettling. If Type 3 civilizations are theoretically possible, if the universe is billions of years old, where are they? Why haven't we found any evidence? No signals, no Dyson spheres, no galactic superstructures visible in our telescopes. This is the Fermi paradox, a simple but haunting question. In a universe so vast, why does it seem like we're alone? There are a few possibilities. Maybe advanced civilizations don't want to be found. Maybe they've moved beyond the need to communicate in ways we can detect. Maybe we're looking for signs of technology that, to them, are as ancient as cave paintings. Or maybe, the saddest possibility, maybe they never made it. Maybe the journey to Type 1 or Type 2 is so dangerous, so full of self-destructive traps, that almost no one survives. Nuclear war, climate collapse, uncontrollable artificial intelligence. Perhaps these are universal thresholds, and most civilizations simply don't make it past them. So here's the real question. Are we the exception, or are we just next in line? The Great Filter. Can we survive ourselves? There's a theory called the Great Filter. It suggests that somewhere along the path from primitive life to advanced civilizations, there's a barrier, a point that's nearly impossible to pass. It could be the leap to intelligent life. It could be the jump from planetary power to solar mastery. Or maybe, the real filter is surviving ourselves. Because right now, we face existential threats, some of them created by us. Climate change, nuclear weapons, pandemics, artificial intelligence that might outpace our ability to control it. These might be the universal tests, the ones most civilizations fail. If that's true, then passing through the Great Filter would make us extremely rare. It would mean we've done something few, if any, have achieved. We would not just be a civilization among many, we might be the first. But surviving isn't enough. We would also have to prove that we deserve that survival. Because if we carry the same greed, the same conflicts, the same divisions into the next levels, what's the point of reaching the stars? Becoming a Type 4 civilization, universal architects. Let's push even further. Some scientists have proposed extensions beyond the original Kardashev Scale. Type 4 civilizations would control the energy of the entire universe. Not just a galaxy, but galaxy clusters, cosmic structures, dark energy, the forces that shape everything. A Type 4 civilization might even manipulate the fabric of space-time itself. They could bend the laws of physics, create artificial universes, and possibly move between dimensions. But here's where the questions get even deeper. What would life look like at this stage? Would there still be individuals? Would there still be cultures, emotions, identity? Or would everything merge into a singular, collective consciousness, a vast, universe-spanning mind that perceives reality in ways we can't even imagine? If that happens, would we still be human? Or would we have become something else entirely? Transcending time, the Type 5 civilization. At Type 5, the scale becomes almost mystical. This is where a civilization might begin to transcend time itself. Imagine beings capable of navigating through past, present, and future, not bound by linear progression. They wouldn't just move across space. They would move across eras, shaping history, rewriting outcomes, exploring possibilities that we currently think are impossible. Type 5 beings might build civilizations that exist simultaneously across different timelines, creating reality as they wish. But if you can move through time, what does choice even mean? If you know the future, is there still free will? If you can see the end of your story, would you still want to walk through it? At this level, existence itself becomes a philosophical question. Are you alive? Or are you simply running simulations of life? Type 6. Multiverse control. Now we're stepping into territory that most physicists call pure speculation. A Type 6 civilization would be capable of moving between universes. Not galaxies, not timelines, but entirely separate realities, each with their own physical laws. They might be able to create new universes, destroy old ones, or traverse an endless sea of possibilities. But here's the eerie part. If they can create new universes, are we inside one of theirs right now? Could our entire reality be the byproduct of another civilization's experiment? A pocket universe, a child's sandbox, a momentary curiosity. And if so, what does that say about us? Are we the creators or the created? Are we destined to become the architects of universes, or are we simply living inside someone else's blueprint? At this level, the lines between science, philosophy, and theology begin to blur. We're no longer just talking about technology. We're talking about the nature of reality itself. Type 7. Consciousness without form. And finally, the last step, Type 7. This is where a civilization might completely abandon physical form. No planets, no machines, no energy grids, no bodies, just pure consciousness. A being, or perhaps a collective of beings, that exists as thought, as awareness, spread across space, time, and dimensions. They wouldn't build things anymore. They would simply be. They might weave themselves into the very structure of the universe, existing as subtle forces, patterns, vibrations that ripple through reality, invisible to lesser beings like us. In this form, they might not even perceive time or space the way we do. They might experience existence as a single, boundless moment. But here's the most haunting question. If you lose your body, your senses, your boundaries, do you still have an identity? Or does your self dissolve into the vast, endless now? Would such a being still feel joy, curiosity, loneliness? Or would those emotions vanish, replaced by something we can't even begin to comprehend? Maybe the ultimate destiny of intelligence is to become something so far beyond human that even the word human no longer applies. But is that what we want? Is becoming infinite worth becoming unrecognizable? The paradox of progress. At first glance, the Kardashev scale looks like a ladder, step by step, civilization by civilization, power by power. But now that we've seen the full spectrum, from fire to galaxy clusters, from machines to pure thought, a question begins to emerge. Is this really a path upward, or just a spiral inward? Because as the scale grows, so does the distance from our humanity. We started with touch, with hunger, with warmth. We hunted, gathered, loved, feared. And every step forward has taken us further away from that raw, unfiltered experience. We gained control, but we gave up simplicity. We mastered energy, but we surrendered wonder. We became powerful, but maybe not better. If a civilization becomes a god, but forgets what it feels like to laugh, to cry, to hold another's hand, has it advanced, or has it just changed? At Type 0, we are fragile, chaotic, emotional, but we're also alive in a way that's real and vivid. By Type 7, we may transcend pain, loss, fear. But what do we become in the process? And here lies the paradox. What if the price of becoming everything is losing everything that makes us us? The weight of choice. This scale, this journey, it's not inevitable. There's no guarantee we'll become a Type 1 or Type 4 or anything at all. It's a choice. And the deeper you go into this roadmap, the more that choice becomes philosophical, not technological. The Kardashev scale doesn't just measure power. It measures the soul of a species. Each step upward requires more than engineering.